Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 328 of The Willu Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling. Now, today is part 21 of my Ontario promotion spotlight, going through every wrestling promotion in Ontario in alphabetical order, giving them a brief profile spotlight, telling you some information about them, helping other people learn about them that maybe don't know, and then finding out stuff for myself. So today is Great North Wrestling, GNW. And they do have a website. It's www.thehannibaltv.com. And they've been running since about 2007. Devin Hannibal Nicholson is the owner. And they do a lot of shows not in the greater Toronto area. They have places that aren't running other towns. Like they got Brockville, Ontario, and Pembroke, and a couple other towns. Lots of other towns, mind you. But I feel like they don't get a lot of talk in Ontario, maybe because they're like out of the GTA area, but they bring in some amazing talent. They've had some fantastic shows over the years, and they have another one coming up in May, Saturday, May 12th, 2018. It is Cage Wars 2 in the Brockville Memorial Center. I almost said arena. And what Cage Wars is every match will be contested inside an MMA cage. They had a show, obviously, previously where they did this. And, excuse me, there's been 2 matches announced already. The ladies' champion, Lady Yasmin, will be defending against Laurel Von Ness. And Haku, that's right, Ming, Haku, seriously, the legend, is going to be taking on Hannibal. So far, Quebecer Pierre, Carl Pierrelette, whatever you want to call him, Jeremy Prophet and Wes Bresco have also been announced, with plenty more stories to come, as it is not until May. So they do have 3 champions. Excuse me. I mentioned Lady Yasmin. She's the women's champion. Then they have the GNW Canadian champion, which is Pierre Carl Ouellette, also known as Jean-Pierre Lafette or Quebecer Pierre. He's had a couple different runs. Great worker there. And then they have the GNW, what is it again? The television champion, sorry. And that is currently held by Wes Briscoe. So they're very active on social media. They got the Twitter, they got Facebook, they got, they're connected with the Fight TV app. They also have they do the shoot interview things, and they have a bunch of content on YouTube, but they can also be found on iTunes as well for some of their shoot interviews. And man, their YouTube just blows me away. They have 57,600 subscribers. They have over 1,000 videos, and they have shoot interviews and then also highlights of the matches. And I've checked out a lot of those shoot interviews with many legends in and out of the wrestling business, and just some fantastically well done ones. And they're able to get stories from other people or from people who have done shoot interviews in the past and get different stories on them or a different take on it. And there's just so much content there. You can spend all night watching shoot interviews on the Great North Wrestling's YouTube page, which is also Hannibal TV. But as far as just wrestling, oh my, it blows me away. I went to cagematch.net and I went to the Great North Wrestling section, and they had a list of events and results, and they didn't even have all their events and results, but just a who's who of wrestlers have been featured in matches for Great North Wrestling over the years. They had AJ Styles, Lanny Poffo, Terry Funk, Greg Valentine, Jake Duggan, Vampiro, Scott Steiner, Abdullah the Butcher, Samoa Joe, Tatanka, Jim Neidhart, Tito Santana. Who else? They had Sid Vicious, Too Cold Scorpio, Gangrel, Rene Dupree, Rick Steiner, Nikolai Volkov, AJ Styles, Demolition. Oh man, so many. Brutus Beefcake, Dan Severn, Honky Tonk Man, Bushwhacker Luke. Oh man, who am I forgetting here? Shelton Benjamin. So many more that I am forgetting, but I just quickly jotted a bunch down and did what I could. Look at the talent they've had over the years. So if you go to a Great North Wrestling show, not only are they going to have great talent from all around Ontario, and they even bring in some Quebec guys as well, they just about always bring in a famous name that people want to get autographs with and are happy to see. Sometimes they're old timers, sometimes they're current stars. And man, that list I gave you wasn't even all the guys. And then plus They have shoot interviews with guys that haven't been featured on their shows. Like I know they had Vader and Larry Zbyszko and a bunch of guys. Just amazing stuff. So make sure you check it out. But I want to ask you guys: have you ever been to a Great North Wrestling show? Have you ever performed for the company, or have you ever watched any of their YouTube content? Because I'd love to hear from the viewers on the Willow Show. And always, make sure you like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba.